Go Ninja, go Ninja, go! Hello everyone, Kyle Goethe here from GoatFilmReviews.com and Kyle and Nick on Film on YouTube. I'm back again with another little episode of why I love Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, Secret of the Ooze from 1991. So, after last week I thought to myself, I should come up with some other films that are maybe less seen. And by that I mean films that are either older, lower Rotten Tomatoes scores, or maybe they just weren't well liked overall when they initially came out. Films that maybe got Razzie Award nominations that I feel I still love and wanted to bring to you. Or films that just, didn't perform at the box office. For some reason, these films just did not reach in the same way that they wanted to. And when I was trying to come up with an idea for this week, I realized that the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from 1990 turned 30 earlier this week, which I thought was amazing. And I thought maybe I'll talk about that film. And then it came to me, of course, if I'm going to talk about a film I love, it's going to be the second one, Secret of the Ooze. No ill will towards the first film, but the second film for me is personally a much more enjoyable, entertaining thrill ride featuring our four favorite green characters. Fun fact, of all the live-action Ninja Turtles films, not a single one has reached fresh status on Rotten Tomatoes. Every single one of the live-action Ninja Turtles films is rotten. And so if all these Ninja Turtles films are rotten, why are they still so appealing to so many people? And for me, there's a lot more reasons of why I love this film than just anything else. Oh, sorry. Let's just start over again. Let's try again. And Ninja Turtles 2 Secret of the Ooze is no exception to that rule. It carries a 35% on Rotten Tomatoes, which means roughly 1 out of 3 critics actually liked the film. Looking back on this is such a seminal part of my growing up, my becoming who I am today is the Ninja Turtles. And this was, I think, the first one I'd actually seen, because I remember my parents telling me that the first film was a little too dark, and you can definitely tell there's a shift in tone. A lot of the reasons I'm going to talk about why this one is my favorite Ninja Turtles films and why I love it is going to be some of the changes in tone. Now, I really like the darker tone of the Ninja Turtles in the comic books. I really like the darker tone that they carry in certain elements. But for me, there's something inherently comedic about the idea of these, they're teenagers, they're mutants, they're ninjas, they're turtles, all 4 of those elements working together. I don't know if you can find something that really plays in like a dark style to it that works on cinema the same way that the fun, entertaining side of it works. So really that's kind of what we're going to cover here is a lot of the changes in tone. So 5 reasons that I really love Ninja Turtles 2 Secret of the Ooze. Let's start with the first one. First one is going to be Paige Turco. Paige Turco took over the role of April O'Neil from the actress that played her in the first film. And again, no ill will towards that actress in the first film. She did a fine job, but I think Paige Turco embodies just more of a stylistically fun version of April O'Neil. I think she's more engaging. I do think Paige Turco really can lead as a human character. Now, we've seen before in these kinds of films where there's more fake characters, like animatronics, people in suits, CG characters than real characters. We've seen that they don't always work at like really giving you something to chew on. Like films like Bumblebee have worked really well with the human character being our link to CG or fake characters in ways that other films haven't done it before. This is an instance of like Paige Turco's April O'Neil is a really relatable human character that we can connect with on that level. And I really like that. I like that we can connect with her. I do just think she's better. And especially when you have the loss of Elias Koteas as Casey Jones, having April there really connects. And I think she's got a terrific charisma and chemistry with these 4 dudes in suits. Well, 5, I mean, if you really count Splinter as well. She connects with all of these characters in a way that, I don't know, I genuinely believe. I believe in what she is as a character. I believe in her and her emotional resonance with these 4 very odd turtles. So that's one of my main reasons I really enjoy the film. Number 2, I really like that it kind of, Secret of the Ooze really expands on a lot of the things that made the first film good and kind of veers them towards bit more mythology around the turtles. Really diving into their backstory a lot, without having that in the first film. The first film works fine, but I do like having this film to really dive into who they are and their struggles. There's an interesting line about whether or not when they decide, basically learn that they are mistakes. And that can be something that's really hard for a lot of people to take, is that they weren't planned, they weren't destined to be, and that's really kind of a powerful thing. So I really like the journey that these turtles take in realizing where they came from, who they are, their evolution overall. It's much stronger in this film, and it doesn't feel shoehorned in. It's a slight amount of emotional resonance in a film that's wildly fun. So number 2, I really like the expanding mythology of what this film brings to the table. Number 3 is going to be a combination of a few things here. I really like the new creature design of the film. We get Toka and Razor, which I believe were supposed to be Bebop and Rocksteady in the original version of the script. Due to some sort of rights or something going on, it ended up being these 2 other creatures, Wolf and Snapping Turtle, that take the ooze and they become these like really great, anti-mutants. They're the bad version of what the turtles could be, manipulated under the guise of the Shredder. And I think, again, like, they really look good still. I think for being 29 years old in this film, the 2 suits really look good. The animatronic work is really done. The Henson Company, I know, was involved in this film. The film was dedicated to Jim Henson. I believe Brian Henson was involved to a lesser extent in the second film than he was in the first. He wasn't happy with the change in director. But you can really see that kind of Henson Company Muppetry at work here, and it helped the film age pretty darn well. Number 4, reason number 4 why I love Secret of the Ooze is the Super Shredder. Now, a big complaint for me would be that we don't get a lot of time with the Super Shredder, but what happens with the Shredder in his overall arc in the film, because really we start the film believing he's dead. This villain is dead, he's gone, we're not getting him back. And then there's that really amazing shot of the trash pile, because this film takes place pretty much after the first film, like almost immediately, it seems. That really great sequence where you get to kind of zoom in, and there's that foreboding musical score, and you kind of you feel like something bad is going to happen in the trash heap here. And then you get that great hand up, like the Shredder's hand is kind of sticking out of this garbage pile, announcing he's returned. I think the Shredder is just handled very well in this film. We've already been introduced to him in the first film. He was kind of like Jaws more to me in the first film, where like when you didn't see him, he was more effective. This time around, we know who he is. We know a lot about him. So getting him in this film works pretty darn well for me. I really like the Super Shredder, though. I think the way that his character is handled, especially in the latter half of the film, with his vengeance kind of overtaking him, causing him to make missteps, which may lead to his downfall. Finally, number 5, and this has to be the reason everyone loves Secret of the Ooze more than the other films, if indeed they do. And it's one of the reasons I absolutely adore the movie. The tone contributes to something more fun here because of something like Vanilla Ice's cameo and the ninja rap sequence. I can't think right now of a more fun finale to this kind of a film than having a stereotypically 80s, 90s, like, Vanilla Ice rapping about Ninja Turtles while they're fighting the villains. Like, it's so cheesy, it's so campy, it's so goofy, but it's easily the most recognizable sequence in the whole film. And this is in a film that is, I think, pretty full of very recognizable and fun sequences. I mean, you have the opening that you get in this little like shopping center that's down the stairs, down an alleyway, where all the turtles are kind of just taking out the foot soldiers in a really fun and cheeky kind of a way. There's the great sequence in TGRI when they're trying to get the last canister of ooze. There's the Raphael gets kidnapped and they go try to stop him. Like, there's some great sequences in this film. But that finale with Ninja Rap and with Vanilla Ice rapping over this whole fight sequence is so silly and goofy. It's absolutely joyful in every possible way. And it still brings the same kind of joy to me decades after originally seeing the film. Because I saw it at a very young age. I was very impressionable. And, I turned out okay. Ninja Rap. It's the most fun I think I could have had growing up was watching that scene in that movie. and probably on repeat. So there you have it. I really like Paige Turco taking over the role of April O'Neil. I really liked how the film challenged our turtles and really dived into their mythology. I liked Toka and Razor. I really liked the Super Shredder. I really liked Ninja Rap. All of these reasons add up, and a bunch more reasons add up to why I really love Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, Secret of the Ooze from 1991. So there you have it, guys. Now, what I'm going to do this time that I haven't done last time before is I'm going to give myself 60 seconds to rattle off some fun facts. And you can hate them if you want, but I really love talking fun facts about movies. So we're going to get started here in just a few seconds. All right, 3, 2, 1. All right, first of all, if you're a fan of Curb Your Enthusiasm, Susie Essman, who appears in the show as Susie, Garland's wife in the film, she actually has a very quick little appearance in this film early on talking to Paige Turco's April O'Neil. Splinter is actually played by the same person who does the work for Elmo on Sesame Street. Did the work for 34 years. Also did Splinter in this film. If you guys are a fan of Shredder, he's actually played by Francois Chow, who appeared on Lost most notably as Dr. Pierre Chang, who worked for the Dharma Initiative. He was always on those little videotapes where he always talked a lot about like the different initiatives and the different stations of the Dharma Initiative. It's very cool to see. If you're a fan of the Super Shredder that appeared in that too, that guy is actually played by Kevin Nash, who I think is most notable for playing Tarzan in the Magic Mike films. He's the really big, beefy stripper. Very fun little appearance from him as the Super Shredder as well. If you guys are looking for a director cameo, Michael Pressman appears in the film as the news manager, who goes, "I'm the news manager here, April." That's Michael Pressman. All right, we got time for one more here. Kino was a character originally created for the film because they wanted someone more fun than Elias Koteas as Casey Jones, and so that it created him. He was actually the stunt double for, the fight double for Donatello in the first film. They created the character for him. I know I went a few seconds over, but there you go. There's some fun facts about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, Secret of the Ooze. All right, bring it down, bring it down, bring it down. Okay. So there you guys have it. Some fun reasons I love this film. If you haven't had a chance to check it out, do so now. We're all just hanging out inside anyway. Take the chance to actually watch both the first film and the second film. They're both fantastic. And then put your comments below what you think about the film. If you like this content, like the content, we really appreciate it. Subscribe as well if you want to hear more videos like that. Nick and I are really appreciative of all the love and support we've gotten from our fans. Go ahead and subscribe. As soon as this whole situation is over, you'll see Nick and myself back together in the studio recording some new videos. We're planning some fun stuff for you there. If you are able to contribute, gosh, guys, we'd love it if you could go ahead and check out our Patreon. Even if you don't think you can at the moment, look at some of the tiers we've got available there. Or, hey, if there's something that you want specifically, some input you want to have on the show, let us know, and we can create that on the Patreon for you as well. We're always looking to give back to our fans. So take a look down there. I got the link in the video description to check out our Patreon. Subscribe, like, comment. I appreciate it, guys, so much. If you guys can't contribute to the Patreon, you know, money's a little tight for some people. The best way that you can do that is share this video. You got Facebook, you got Twitter, you got Instagram. Let people know about it. Help spread the word about the channel. That's just as important for us. So we really do appreciate it, guys. Thank you for watching this video. Again, my name is Kyle Goethe. You can find all my reviews on goatfilmreviews.com. You can occasionally find me on some episodes of St. Paul Filmcast. The show is currently down for the time being, but hey, there's some great backlog of episodes. Check that stuff out. And you can find me every single week. I got some new content here on Kyle and Nick on Film's YouTube channel. So go ahead and click that. Check out some of the previous episodes we've got. We got some really cool content on here, guys. And you know what? Sooner or later, you're going to see two of us back again talking film. It's going to happen, folks. Stay safe out there, okay? And we'll see you next time.